Welcome and Happy New Year from Vino Volley. While the holidays and New Year celebrations are behind us, we can all be elated over a new episode of Vino Volley. The Premier League season is halfway over, and I am more than halfway hard because Liverpool is at the top of both the Premier League table and the Champions League table. I'm your moderately engorged co-host, Ryan Rebecki, and with me is your host, Michael Wall. While our drinking this new year may have tapered off thus far, join us as we gas a bottle of wine and proceed to yell about soccer. Mike, Happy New Year. How are you?
Happy New Year. I am fantastic. Happy to be here. Not hard, but still overjoyed at where we are as a team in both the Premier League and in the Champions League. Had some bumps along the way, maybe a little hard done against Tottenham in the FA Cup, but no, not FA Cup. A little bit hard done by the Carabao. A little bit hard done by Tottenham in the Carabao Cup, where I believe the player who ended up scoring the only goal of the game should have been sent off. But still, second leg at Anfield, I firmly believe that Slot will turn things around, as he's seemed to have been able to do multiple times during the season. But yeah, other than that, just happy to be back in action. It feels like it's been a while, but yeah, 2025, man, we're starting strong and excited to be here at this table.
Oh yeah,
drinking wine.
Oh yeah,
lot to unpack though.
Much to unpack.
I do have some housekeeping items.
Okay.
I feel like there's been a lot going on in the world of soccer that there's just a couple, big ticket items. One,
I thought you were going to stop like there's been a lot going on in the world, and I don't think we have time to talk about the drones.
Well, the world's on fire.
Yeah.
Literally,
yeah.
But that's not this podcast.
No.
That's not, we don't have the education level or the composure to really run through that whole thing.
No, definitely not.
So we're just going to, throw a little tease out there, mention it, and now just completely move on to something separate. More within our wheelhouse.
Been going down the rabbit hole, though.
Yeah.
Conspiracies. Watching a lot of alien documentaries. I've also been doing push-ups.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
Been riding a bike.
I see.
Yep, we're not going to.
Not you riding a bike, but I see a bike, and I know that you've been riding it. Mike is doing this while pedaling. Yeah.
Yeah, so, one, Pep Guardiola getting divorced.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, so apparently, I like Pep, so this isn't like a ha.
Yeah.
Because, divorce is hard, especially on the kids.
Yeah.
But
stay together for the kids, what Blink-182
so
taught
I
me.
think they've been together, for 30, they said, 30 plus years, and I think they said, an inside source said, a couple years ago, the wife moved back to Barcelona. And she he's a workaholic.
Yeah.
You don't get that good at what you're doing by being able to have kind of a dual life. You're all in. And I think probably part of the reason that Klopp stepped away was because of that thing. You devote so much time and effort, you miss living time with your family, time with your significant other. So yeah, it can take its toll. From a personal perspective and from a Liverpool perspective, Dominic Szoboszlai.
Very handsome.
Very handsome.
Yes.
Do not care for the headband look.
First thing I said when it came on the TV, I said, "What is this?"
Yeah. So, obviously usually they do that when they're going to really grow it out.
Yeah.
I don't think it's for him.
No, it's not.
I think he's a very attractive man.
Sure is.
And it's the first time where I was just like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna touch myself to that image. I can tell you that right now. And then also in the world of soccer, a couple people out the door. Lopetegui. So
Bless
if you remember, a couple months back we were talking about who needs a fresh start,
yes,
or a clean start. I can't remember which one was the bidet talk and which one was the start of something new. Anyway, it was one of those starts.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, Lopetegui, West Ham. I was so fucking wrong because he's already out the door. And to the point that, it was so bad, there were, dust-ups in the locker room.
Really?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I
can't
have
be
it on
having
good
that.
authority from an inside source that
You got a guy.
we got a guy.
Okay.
And so that was part of it. But I think in future Vino Volley episodes, we're gonna do one called the West Ham side story, and it's gonna be
Ooh, I like that. It's
kind
just
of
me
an
snapping to a
yeah,
beat for an
and-
hour straight.
an expose of the dark history behind that beloved club. They ain't just blowing bubbles over there. I can tell.
No. Oh.
Yeah. Amongst other things. So yeah, I was wrong. Way off base with that one. But yeah, it's just I feel like a lot's been going on from what we do and what we watch. But
Yeah.
personally, how are you?
Oh, I'm
I
okay.
feel like I glazed over that.
That's fine.
It's like, I don't give
I
a
was
fuck.
fine with just saying I've been doing push-ups and
Okay.
watching alien
Okay.
documentaries. Yeah, no, good. New year, same me.
We love it.
You know,
We don't want you to change.
we're working out. Hit the pond for the first time in like 20 years the other day, which was nice. Took the boys. I'd be like, "This is what it's like. This is what it's like to be a kid." And they're like, "It was." Until I absolutely ate shit,
Yeah.
and I'm still a little sore. But you know what?
Hey, that's being almost 40, my friend.
Yeah. Yep. So, big year, 4-0 year for the two of us, and I've already been to the doctor. I think twice so far this year. Nothing big or major, but just like
Nothing big, as in like everything's proportionally sized. Like there's no lumps or growth.
no. It's just
okay.
just some maintenance.
Just
And,
all the coughing, all the turn.
Yeah, it's just doing what I got to do. But yeah, watching a lot of soccer, and that whole like 40 matches in set, whatever the stupid catchphrases they use on NBC Sports of like.
40 matches in 40 days or something like that?
Yeah, with Josh Hartnett, right? He doesn't whack it for 40 days. No.
40.
It's like the Christmas fixtures, but they like NBC like has like a little name for it.
It's beyond me.
It's fine. And a bunch of soccer in not a lot of time, and it's great.
Yeah.
And it's always on TV. And between that, the Carabao, and then the FA Cup, and things getting rescheduled, got a lot of soccer coming our way.
Yeah, the Merseyside Derby. I feel like I say that weird.
You did.
Merseyside Derby.
Merseyside?
Merseyside?
Yeah.
Merseyside. Yeah. Well, I fucked that up on both counts.
3 times.
Merseyside
Yes.
Derby.
Got it.
Sweet. I don't know why I said that so fucking weird.
I don't know.
It's now been rescheduled to my birthday, so February 12th. So hopefully Liverpool can do me a solid, give me a present on my birthday, and beat the fuck out of Everton.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, same old here. Ready to get into it.
Let's do it.
Want to do, obviously, a shout out so people are aware. Maybe new listeners are aware to our social media feeds. So
please do.
VinoVolley85 is our Instagram account, is by far where we post the vast majority of our content. VinoVolley85@gmail.com is the email address where you can get in touch with us. Say, how you doing? We have I'm going to keep trying. We have one new listener
Okay.
in India.
Yes.
We have one listener
Namaste.
in Russia. They're
Namaste,
not friends.
Danya.
They're not friends or family. We want you to hear from
Well,
you.
I figured they weren't related to each other.
He didn't say. He said he's the same old Ryan, and right there. So they don't know each other, no, but they don't know us either.
Okay.
But they've downloaded the podcast. We'd love to hear their story, how they got into it,
Sure
do
would.
they enjoy it, so we can share that. So reach out to us again, VinoVolley85@gmail.com. And last, our website, VinoVolley85.wixsite.com/VinoVolley. So now that we got that out the way, I am ready to drink.
Yes. No, I definitely am.
So I think it's, without further ado, we should say to all our Vino Volleyers out there, it is time, finally, for the first time in 2025, to pop those corks, indulge in a healthy pour, and dive start showing into this episode.
Yeah.
So, Guy,
Yes.
tell our lovely listeners the wine we will be drinking today. That's all I have.
We're drinking the 2022 Pietrangelo Primitivo Rosso, which, if you aren't familiar, Primitivo is Italian Zinfandel. Zinfandel grapes grown in Italy. This came highly recommended. It is very mysterious, as I had to scour the interwebs for an actual tasting note and description. It is a 100% Primitivo, wine. It comes from
Wine.
Puglia, Italy, and
Puglia.
the tasting notes are: this plummy, figgy red boasts impressive density and earthy undertones, making it the perfect winter wine by a fire. Okay. Pair it with a variety of dishes, including grilled meats and hearty pastas. Hell yeah.
And now that Half Chub has become a full-on raging... well, I mean, we don't have a raging fire, and actually, to the point, we don't have any heat source going on down here
So
at
cold.
all.
Came down the basement. There was an Inuit woman skinning a seal on the floor.
Hey, you know, like to keep it brisk down here.
I have a
Keeps you on
heated
your toes.
vest on right now.
Keeps you... keeps
You're somehow still in a t-shirt. I
I have
have
a t-shirt. I've got no socks on. Just my bare feet, and
4 upper layers. I still have my work khakis on.
just built different.
Built different. Not I.
No. So yeah. So how does the wine tie into the topic?
How does
Well, it's obviously it's a new year. It's a year for firsts. It's the first time we've ever had a Primitivo on the podcast, so we're really excited about that because again, it is a Zinfandel, but it's processed differently, so it's typically much lighter than like your true Zinfandel.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's just a lot of firsts, a lot of things changing. Again, very excited about the new year. But with that, we're going to go through. So we're going to do something new, something we've never done on the podcast as well.
Yes.
Is we're going to go rapid fire. We're going to go through the entire Premier League table, and we're going to give ourselves a minute total, 30 seconds aside, give or take. We're going to try and keep it as honest as possible. We're going to go through each team and give our thoughts, anecdotes, and just overall
feelings.
feelings.
That's where I'm coming from. Mine is
No,
mostly
yes,
feelings
yes.
based.
Yeah, doesn't do the research. Yeah, so feelings on each team. But yeah, so before we do that, I think it's only right that we pour ourselves a glass and
Yes.
get our first tingy of 2025.
I'd have been very good, so I've been hankering for some vino. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I've been better than before the new year. Great acoustics on that. Well, the color is as promised. It is a super deep red, more red than purple.
I'm getting that plum
Oh yeah.
on the nose, just like the ones like dark purple on the outside, but just say like a yellowish color on the inside. Not the red ones on the inside.
Oh, see, I like the red one.
I do too, but that's not.
Like when
It's
I
a
eat a
specific
plum,
plum.
I eat like 1 plum a year. I want to have to wear a bib.
I feel like I'm also getting like a fig jam,
Figgy red?
like a fig marmalade.
Yeah, ooh,
Fig-
marmalade.
Get that figgy pudding. That's what happens when I have too much McDonald's. Just a big old figgy pudding in my underpants.
Christ.
Because you could just like picture it.
Mm-hmm. Oh. It's like a friggin' Fig Newton.
Holy shit! It
Like-
really is. It really
It
is.
literally, it is like drinking a Fig Newton, a slightly less sweet Fig Newton.
Oh,
No, wait, maybe it's more sweet. I'm thinking like the outer, like, cookie crumb part of the inside,
the Newton,
the actual fig part, not the Newton part,
not the Newton.
is right on. It is freaking dead nuts on fig.
That's wild.
Oh yeah.
That's good. It's a little tart. It's light though in mouthfeel, but yeah, I'm just like plum, like a little bit plum notes on the after,
Yep.
but like that first sip, like that first swallow, it's all fig.
This is a wine. Early indications. This is like an all-day drinking wine.
Yeah,
This
very
is
light.
Like get in.
What did it say what the ABV
Could
was?
not find it, and I don't know if it says it on there. I want to say it was 13.5. It's all in Italian. I'm trying to see if I can find 14.5.
Oh, okay.
14.5%. Now, smelling it, you do get the plum and the fig on the nose. I don't know if I'm crazy about the smell of it.
It's not. Yeah,
It's not super strong. Like it doesn't like appease
it doesn't,
the nostrils.
If I went off of just like smell alone,
Yeah.
I would have been like, I'm like kind of disappointed.
Yeah.
But I dig the fig.
Yeah, it's good.
I dig the fig.
Dig
the
fig.
All right, so solid start for the Primitivo.
Yeah.
Now, I need to actually, since we had some games this week today.
Yes, today.
There's been a shift in the Premier League table, so I need to rearrange.
Okay. Now I have the table. I'm the captain now.
All right, so hold on. I know that Nottingham Forest are now in second place. So then I'm going to read what I have, so I have Arsenal next and third.
Yeah.
Then I have.
Well, you have your notes, right? I can just hit you with them.
I want.
The only other changes, Brentford went up.
So Chelsea, it goes Liverpool, Nottingham Forest, Arsenal, Chelsea, Newcastle, Man City, Bournemouth, Aston Villa, Fulham, Brighton, Brentford.
No, Brentford, Brighton.
Brentford went
up.
Fucking like a guy who lives at a country club. Oh, dear Brentford, Brighton. All right. So then Tottenham.
West Ham, above Tottenham.
West Ham jumped Tottenham and Manchester United?
Yes. And then Crystal Palace.
All right, so West Ham, Tottenham, Manchester United, Crystal Palace, Everton, Wolves, Ipswich, Leicester,
Southampton. There you go.
All right. So how do you want to do this? Do you want to just...
So in that reverse order...
You want to go reverse order?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought we were going to start at the...
No, starting at the bottom.
Oh.
Starting at the bottom. Because I feel like we're going to spend more time at the top. So if we can just like...
I don't know. I had a lot to say at the bottom.
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
So the rules were, we'll go a loose 1 minute. I will hold a timer. I had sound effects, but they're not great. We'll see what happens. We will have 1 minute on the timer.
So do we want to alternate who goes first?
You go first on all of them. I'm going to fill in the tail end with what I feel. Because you have like more eyes on things versus and you have like more research done that is like true versus me being like, they're fucking bums.
I mean, some of it is...
Get them off the fucking pitch.
Is exactly that.
So that is how this is going to go. I'm going to do a stopwatch versus a timer on my phone so it doesn't...
Do the beep.
What's that?
So it doesn't do the beep.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. And I will denote at the end of the minute by saying time. We have to stop.
Okay.
Unless we want to keep going.
So you're going to be giving because you're going second. So while you're giving yours, you're also going to be looking
I'm on the
for
clock.
time. So you're just going to stop yourself and just be like, time.
Yep.
All right.
Up first. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're going to give the team, so I don't need to do...
20 teams, roughly 20 minutes. I will give the team, start the timer. The first team up in 20th, the bottom position with 6 points, is Southampton. Mike, you may begin.
6 points. 6 fucking points. I have done 0 fact checking, but will say without a shadow of a doubt, this is the lowest points total of any team after 20 weeks. Already fired the coach, and the new coach has already apologized for not changing things, so they are going down. Question is, will it be in record time? And the record time is with more than 6 weeks left in the season.
Whoa.
How was that?
20 seconds. Great.
Oh, okay.
That is a lot. With 6 weeks left, teams have gone down.
Yeah.
Oh, they're definitely going to beat that.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's tough. Because, like, Southampton, like, again, we've talked about it, produces, like, some, like, pretty good players, and then they go elsewhere. They were, like, pretty decent for a couple of years there with, who was that? Was it Conor Gallagher was on Southampton?
No. Yeah, like Shea Adams, then...
Ward-Prowse? Ward-Prowse was on Southampton.
Ward-Prowse was
that's
on,
what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
We're like, all right, like, they would give you a scrappy fight, you know, week to week, but, yeah, not so much anymore. They're going down. Time! There we go. Jesus. 1 minute, even on it. Next team up. 19th place in the relegation. 14 points total. That is Leicester City. Mike, you may begin.
The Premier League is a better place with Jamie Vardy in it. We don't know how many more seasons we'll get to enjoy his pure shithousery, but with 0 wins in their last 5 games, the Foxes need to find a sum of that 5,000 to 1 odd spirit to stay up. So, I mean, they've struggled. Van Nistelrooy has done what he can, but, I mean, it's still a struggling side.
I don't know what's going to happen with Jamie Vardy. He's, 36, 37?
Yeah.
So I doubt a club will even pick him up next
Not a
year,
chance.
like a top-tier club, which sucks because he is good for the game, and he still's got goals. He still has goals to score, but, like, who realistically, unless it's a team that's coming up,
I don't think
to
any team.
going to pick
I don't
him
think
up.
any team is coming up is going to take a 37-year-old.
James Milner.
Different.
Built different. Jamie Vardy, you're an entertainer. Done. Coming in 18th place, we have Ipswich with 16 points, only in relegation based on goal differential over Wolves. You may begin.
So this is, in my opinion, the little engine that could. This, out of the 3 newly promoted sides, is the one that I want to stay up the most. This is this season's Luton Town for me. I feel like it's just like the small dog, but like it's got a lot of fight. They play hard, direct football, and I respect the hell out of it. And then Liam Delap is, you talk about a player who's going to be poached if they go down, 100%. Kid is quality, and he's showing it week in and week out. And if they do end up being relegated, you can bet your ass a top 6 side is going to pick him up.
Love it. That's a hot take. I honestly don't think I've seen them play, not a single bit. But, as you said, I do like a true underdog story, similar to "Young will living here in Luton Town." It's been a while since I've said that. I have no song for Ipswich Town. I wish they could stay up. Maybe Wolves will go down. I'd rather have that, and that is time.
All I can, when you do this, is I can think of like Step Brothers. It's just like, pow! Are you saying pow? Pow! Anyway.
In 17th, hovering right above relegation, like one would hover over a porta potty toilet, is Wolves. 16 points, only out of relegation by goal differential. Mike, please, when you are ready.
I think this team is so much better than their current placement and have begun to show it once again under new coach Vitor Pereira. No hard feelings to Gary O'Neill, who came in 3 days before the start of last season after Lopetegui left, them holding their dicks after lack of spending from the club. So I think that they are a team to watch out for. They're going to surprise, get some wins. I think that they're going to find themselves more closer to mid-table by the end of the season.
Love that. Love that. You're also very consistent with your time, like almost to the second. Yeah.
Built different.
I wouldn't be heartbroken if they go down, but they have truly fallen since one of my favorites, Nuno Espirito Santo, left them and pretty much their entire Portuguese roster. It was like it's all they had. It was like literally like a club full of Portuguese players. Him at the helm. They were doing really well. And now, no surprise, we'll talk about them later. Nottingham Forest doing very well. That is time. Up next, we have our Merseyside I'm doing it too. Merseyside rivals of Everton at 16th place out of 20. 17 points. Only 3 lowly wins. Which is weird because Wolves has one more win, but I'm assuming they have more games.
More losses, I think. Everton was like big on draws, I think. Yes? Or no? No, it is.
More losses. 3, 8, and 8.
Okay.
Ready, go.
Ding dong, the Dythe is gone. Couldn't have happened to a nicer knobhead. I don't like Everton, but for some reason, I just dislike Dythe more. Go back to where you came from and take your basic 4-4-2 low block with you, you boring turd. Also, David Moyes is back in charge. Bring it on 212.
I would be saddened if they go down. I mean, for the sake of like a rivalry, it would be unfortunate, but to know that you have 2 games like crosstown rivals on the schedule every game, everyone gets up for it, the excitement, the pomp and circumstance of it, to not have that next year would be kind of a bummer. But with that being said, fuck 'em.
Fuck 'em.
So there you go. And that is time.
Pow!
I came in at 45 seconds. You are literally within 1 or 2 seconds of 21 seconds every time.
This is going to be the first one that's shorter, I think.
Crystal Palace. 15th place, 21 points. Mike, go.
And here's why. I couldn't tell you dick about Crystal Palace or their season so far. They seem right where they should be, I guess. And I don't like Jordan Ayew. That's all I had.
That's actually a really good synopsis. I second everything you say. I feel like Crystal Palace every year starts out like kind of hot. Like they'll put together a couple of games, and then like by the end they're like scraping by to stay in. I think they should stay up. I mean, they're not like a garbage team. But like, yeah, okay.
Sure.
Do make a better jersey. You've got a good color scheme. Like, can you throw together something a little bit better?
That's just it's all history.
Time.
We're just gonna wait. We're just gonna wait it out.
Up next. All right, this one we might have to borrow some time from other ones for this one. Next one is Manchester United, 14th place out of 20. 23 points, 6 wins, 5 draws, 9 losses. Ready, go.
Goddamn, did I want Ten Hag to reign over that team forever, producing no identity football week in and week out. Instead, we got Pastrami Rubin, who, after several weeks, has started to really imprint his ethos into the team, which can be seen on the pitch, and obviously it affected us, where that was a game we should have come in and dominated, and I still think at 2-1 we should have been able to see the game out, but 2-2 is what it is. That's it.
I wonder how he sleeps at night, Ruben Amorim. If he is like, I fucked up, like this sucks. Now, while he is making progress, it seems, with some of the players and formations and tactics, like he had a good in the hood over at Sporting. Like, right? They were top of the league. He was like ripping and tearing.
Oh, they were on an unbelievable run.
And while you love to see like a giant go down, like it's been beyond embarrassing how bad they've been this year. And that is time. In 13th place, we have shitbags Tottenham Hotspur. 24 points, 7 wins, 3 draws, 10 losses. Mike, please.
How embarrassed must you be as a professional football club when someone says that was a very Spursy performance and everyone knows what it means and agrees? Can't imagine what it must be like as a fan to see your team walk into the Etihad and trounce the former champs 4-0 only to go 1-1-5 in your next 7 games, one of which you were up 2-0 and ended up losing. They suck.
Dude, every time. Anyway, I'm going to go. Being or watching Tottenham now is like being a Red Sox fan previous to 2003, 2004, where you're like, oh yeah, great win. There's still a bunch of fucking bums and they're going to fuck it up somehow because you don't know who's going to show up on any given day. Yes, they beat Liverpool last week 1-0 in the Carabao
Cup. It's bullshit.
But you can bet your bottom dollar, Orphan Annie. Next game at Anfield, like, we're going to absolutely friggin' mushroom stamp them left and right. So that is time. Mike.
Yes.
What do kids like to do during the summer months? Run around the backyard and produce something from a soapy substance. They like to
slip and slide?
Blow bubbles. Yes. Up next is West Ham United in 12th position, moving on up.
To the West Ham side?
at least you said slip and slide and not say aggressively masturbate.
Taking really long showers.
7 wins, 5 draws, and 9 losses. Minus 14 goal differential, 26 points. Mike, should they blow bubbles or blow it up? Ready, go.
Well, as stated earlier in the podcast, I was so fucking wrong about Lopetegui. But he's gone. Now the Hammers have Potter at the helm. And time will tell if the second half of the season can see the boys back in the top half, or will they remain in West Ham shambles. Nope, I fucked that up. In West Shambles.
There we go. I knew you'd land it. Again, same time every time. Graham Potter looks like what Gareth Southgate wanted to look like.
I don't. Sure.
It's like I don't know. He's like just the better looking sibling. I like how he handles himself, and I think, Gareth Southgate is just like a friggin' slack-jawed moron.
It's like a Owen Wilson, Luke Wilson kind of thing.
Wow. Yes, correct.
Okay.
I wish them the best. I feel like they, in the years past, have been really like battling out, like could be like a top 10 team. Would love to see them back in the running for Europe, but not this year. And time. 11th place down is Brighton Hove Albion. 6 wins, 10 draws, 4 losses, 28 points, Mike.
Not much to be brighten-eyed and bushy-tailed about these days, as the Gulls have dropped down to 10th spot, having not won a game since back in November. It's not all doom and gloom, though, as coach Fabian Herzler still has one of the most subtle yet distinct face asses in the game.
Is that it?
That is it.
Yeah, I mean, stop tying teams.
Yeah.
Like, just go win games. The draws are great. You're still getting a point, but, like, eventually things are going to start to add up. Now, luckily, you have, like, an absolute fucking shitstorm beneath you. So, like, okay, keep drawing teams and getting points and slowly scratching your way, staying alive. And that, folks, time. 10th place.
Time.
We are officially halfway.
Oh, shit.
Halfway there.
I felt like we've gone a lot farther. But
Living on a prayer.
yeah.
Brentford. 8 wins, 4 draws, 9 losses, 28 points when you're ready.
Thomas Frank is doing just bueno at the Bees, see themselves just below mid-table in the Premier League. Oh, well, that has changed, obviously. After trouncing Southampton. In other competition, though, the team was most definitely left disappointed after crashing out of the FA Cup early to Plymouth Argyle. Obviously, though, they just drew with Manchester City, which is why they're above mid-table.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
They're fine. Like,
I don't even know if they're called the Bees. There was a bee, so I just...
No, didn't we look this up at some point in time?
Nah, probably not.
Yeah, because I was like, you could do a better uniform. Anyway, yeah, I am so ambiguous to how I feel about this team that when they're on, I forget that they're still a Premier League team. And I'm going to leave that as time.
I find so much joy in that.
Whatever, it's the small things in life.
Little things in life. Yeah.
In 9th place, we have Fulham with 7 wins, 9 draws, 5 losses, 30 points. Fulham, what do you got for me?
So, Marco Silva, I think, still continues to work his magic as they find themselves just above the bottom half. Not how they would have wanted to end 2024 with 1 win and 4 draws in their last 5 games. Here's hoping that 2025 brings back those winning ways, as we always like to see our fellow Americans prosper in the league with Anthony Robinson.
Correct. Fulham is my new favorite scrappy team that is, flies under the radar, but will give most team fits on any given day. I like their style of play, and wish them the best. They won't do anything crazy, but they are my underdog scrappy team that when they're on, I'll watch them and, hope they obviously stay up and continue to improve and have success moving forward. Time! Now we're getting into the meaty underbelly. We are in 8th place with Aston Villa. 9 wins, 5 draws, 6 losses, 32 points, Mike.
Weebles wobbles, but they don't fall down. Aston Villa have had a shaky first half, but still find themselves just 4 points out of 4th with a -2 goal differential, which is wild since the positions 9 through 12 spots are all in the positive. Also, Ross Barkley still kicking around. Who the fuck knew that?
I didn't.
Okay. That's all I got.
Fulham is my new Aston Villa. I'm off the Aston Villa train. Still hold a slight grudge for a couple years ago when they couldn't edge one out to help us win the league.
Yeah.
It's they're kind of like middling in purgatory right now, where they don't really know whether they want to play in Europe or continue a backslide. They just kind of stay. And that, folks, is time. Bournemouth in 7th place. 9 wins, 7 draws, 5 losses, 34 points. What do you got about Bournemouth?
With a payroll of just over £65 million, this team, I think, is the best example of how a well-drilled system and coaching style can beat a team of individual superstars. Andoni Iraola is doing wonders over there, and again, love the faith and praise he's put in Tyler Adams. Again, another American prospering in the Premier League. Love to see it.
But remember, it's not just about the areola. It's about... Anyway, good to see like a smaller market team being successful. It gives me great joy. And while their emblem is still absolute dog shit...
No, the new one. Didn't they change it? The cherries? Didn't you say we...
I think they were going to for next year, or that could have been like internet fodder, because it's still the fucking person heading the ball, which I care none for. Yeah, good for them. Keep it going, and time. In 6th place, we have our equivalent of the Evil Empire, pretty much. That is Manchester City with 10 wins, 5 draws, 6 losses, 35 points.
Drew today as well, so I always say, funny how the weight of 115 legal allegations can take its toll on a player physically and mentally. No one would have predicted this poor run of form from City, as they are sitting the lowest they have ever been in the table at this stage since the 2008-2009 season.
Ugh.
I went through every single season.
Yeah.
They've never been, wild.
Ugh. I mean, all good things have to come to an end. We know that Pep signed another one-year deal, but, kind of the writing's on the wall. Phil Foden scored twice today. And, watching the commentary and such, it's like, it's been such a long time. Phil Foden, he's back. I'm like, you fucking suck. You dumb face and your 17 kids. Or however many. He's 24. He's got 13 kids. Whatever. Time! That might reverberate in the microphone. That was very loud. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's fine.
I have no ill will against his children. He's just such a homely man. And Kevin De Bruyne should have scored that goal. He, cut him off to bury the second goal.
I know your love for Kevin De Bruyne.
5th place. We are now in Europe. We're not. We're in the United States.
Now you're setting yourself up for your own jokes. Fuck's sake, dude. Come on.
5th place, we have Newcastle with 10 wins, 5 draws, and 5 losses. 35 points. They, as if the season ended today, they would be playing in the Europa.
More like same old Castle, am I right? Always a bridesmaid, never a bride in this league, as the Gooners currently sit 5th in the dreaded Europa League spot, as previously mentioned by my very handsome co-host.
Thank you.
But after a shaky loss to Brentford, they have won their last 5 in a row, and so we'll see if they can keep that run and potentially move up into that 4th place spot.
Because of their ownership and how much money they've thrown at this club, even though some players have left and there has been some turnover and such, I do not wish them well. I would love to see a team like a Fulham or an Aston Villa slide into that Europe spot versus Newcastle. I would love for everything to crumble around them, and that, folks, is time. Now, we enter into Champions League status. In 4th place, amazingly enough, I don't understand how, is Chelsea with 10 wins, 7 draws, 4 losses, 37 points. Mike, what's your take on Chelsea?
So what does 42 first-team players, 2 full-team locker rooms, $1.32 billion in gross spent since Todd Boehly took over the 2022 equal? Well, that is a shaky 4th place spot with 2 defeats, Ipswich and Fulham, and 2 draws between Crystal Palace and Bournemouth in their last 4 outings. Fuck Chelsea!
I didn't realize they were in 4th until I brought the league table up today, because I thought they were still very much middling, much further down. They also drew today, correct?
Yeah.
No. I'm just saying.
To Bournemouth.
Yes, I'm reiterating. And you spend all that money, you have all those players, you still can't figure it out. I hope they lose every game for the remainder of the season. And I'm cutting that one off. I'm conceding my time.
We don't want to give Chelsea another second.
Third place.
Mm.
Moving down from second are the Gunners of Arsenal with 11 wins and 40 points. You may begin.
So, Mo Salah produces more impactful moments out of his sweet Egyptian cheeks than Saka does for a full 90 minutes on the pitch.
More like a sack of shit.
Arteta's an absolute madman with the ego of a champion who has won nothing. And also, when I wrote this, they were in second place, now in third, so also, fuck Arsenal.
Do you get the feeling that Arteta might be secretly a weird psychopath?
What do you mean secretly? He's an absolute nut job.
No, but in private, puts the lotion in the basket. He has that weird look about him where I'm like, you might know where some bodies are buried.
Oh, I think he's a full, in front of the mirror, just staring, like Patrick Bateman.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
American Psycho.
Like that, not tucking it.
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still in third place. They're hanging around, even though they are 7 points back. I hope they were 100 points back. So there you go. Time! This one, new today, Nottingham Forest in second place. I love to see it, but I need to hear your opinion first when you are ready. Go.
So when I wrote this, I'd said, not since the likes of Leicester have we seen a Cinderella story such as this. Nuno is cooking up something special over there, and I hope they stay right where they are. But after watching today, I think we can stop having the surprise face of how well Nottingham Forest are. They are a solid outfit. They are well drilled. They know their role. They play a low block. They catch you on the counter, but they are super effective. And I think they are here to stay. And I think it's good for the league.
I heard one of the commentators today say what a throwback type match this was today with Forest and Liverpool. The crowd was
unreal.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was
the
great.
whole game, and you're that's what it's all about.
Yep.
I hope Forest stays exactly where they are. Big Nuno fan, as it is. He's doing great things. Super strong team. Those guys get up and they play for him, and I hope they stay in second behind Liverpool. Time! First one we've gone over. And last but not least, I will allow a generous 2 minutes.
I'm gonna keep it in.
Okay. For our beloved Liverpool in first place, 14 wins, 5 draws, and 1 loss. 47 points, 6 points clear with a goal differential of 28. Michael, when you are ready.
So technically we are 7 points clear of Arsenal, 6 points clear of Forest with a game in hand. So it could be 9.
Not a numbers guy.
I know. But so I think it's... No one would have ever expected this type of performance from a team when you're switching out a brand new coach. Gravenberg is like a new player, a liver phoenix, if you will, rising from the ashes. And God, how I love a tactically gifted and emotionally void Slot. That's all I had.
Oh, very good. That was your longest one. They're super exciting to watch. When you think they aren't in their best form or seem bored or complacent, they turn it on. And it is just an onslaught, didn't mean to do that, of pressure. You have players who are getting up there in age, like Virgil and Mo, who are also fighting for a contract, or waiting for a contract at least, who haven't looked better. And you have a bench that can come in and do the job, just like the first team players, adding a different look to formations and tactics and still being just as dangerous. Let's hope it holds out, because I would love to see them lift a trophy this year. That is time.
That was fun. I like that. All right, well, that brings us to the end of our mid-season recap. And as we are in the mid-stage of the episode, shall we circle back to this wine and give our mid-season thoughts on it?
Yes, I'll go first. I'm still up in the air about the smell of it. I've actually drank all of the wine in my glass, so I'm going to have to refill. my initial reaction was accurate. This is a wine that you could like pour and sip throughout like an afternoon on a cold day. You're doing laundry. You know, you're fucking doing some laundry. You're
doing
vacuuming.
the whites, drinking the red.
Yeah, and just you know, hanging out, maybe watching a movie, eating some cheeses, and hanging out. This is a good like hanging out throughout the day, drinking red wine, which I really jive with. I am gonna have to have another mouthful to just figure out if it is actually how it smells or not. But figgy all the way through. Mike,
I'm enjoying it, and I think the smell. So I have some upstairs. I got from some Lebanese market, just like this, like really fresh fig marmalade, and I think it's just the same smell. It's like what you're getting on the palate is what you're getting on the nose. So a little bit of that plum. So maybe that's why it's like, I don't know. You know, typically, I don't think this is probably the first where the prominent note on the nose is not like a grape or like your typical like really
red fruit or currant.
So it's just it's different, but I dig it, and I think you're right. It's kind of like one of those all day things. So I'm enjoying it, but again, Zinfandel is in my wheelhouse. That was actually when I first got into wine. Red Zinfandels were like my go-to.
Yeah.
So this is just a different form of a grape variety that I really enjoy. So yeah.
Love it. Shall we top off? I'm going to have another little taste.
Yeah.
And then we'll see who we want to physically assault in the country of España.
Yeah, we'll get into the una cara que necesita un puñetazo.
Oh, you're getting better. You got it.
I do my Duolingo. All right. So, back at it. This week, we were going for Mallorca. Who actually recently had a pretty contentious game with Real Madrid, if memory serves. But yeah, so we were going with Mallorca. No real write-ins. Do you have your pick?
I do.
Okay.
I certainly do. While I found great... Sorry, let me talk in front of the microphone. While I found great joy in saying Mallorca numerous times to myself in an empty house today, while I was finalizing my pick, I had to deduce that Seb Van der Heyden.
Seb Van der Heyden.
Van der Heyden. He's a Belgian professional footballer. I did go to their official website for their picture, and this is the one which I would like you to post. The defender for Mallorca looks like he didn't make it at a tryout for a early 2000s, late 90s boy band. He has like the terribly done frosted tips, the slight little bit of a goatee, and looked like he's just didn't make it on making the band. So for that, and I looked up his stats as one tends to do, and by one I mean me, all 6'1", 168 pounds of him as a defender, not a big guy, deserves some physical attack. That is my pick.
Okay, great pick.
Seb Van der Heyden.
So my pick is Sergei Darder. So I went. What I've been doing lately is I go to the official website and go off of the official team photo.
Yes, that's what I did. That's what I did as well.
So, okay. So looking at his picture, right? He's absolutely torched. Now I get you're in Spain, but like the dude looks like he spent way too much time outside staring directly into the sun while eating paint chips off his neighbor's house. Okay? So
he is from España.
Yeah. Well, I doubt he even knows what country he's in, even though he's from there.
he's got fucking stage 2 sun poisoning.
Oh my god, it's so 100% this guy has no idea what's going on. Like, look when this picture was taken, like look at him. He's just kind of like happy to be there, or just got this like dumbfounded look on his face. Also the forehead to chin ratio really bothered me. I mean, he looks like a guitar pick.
That's a good call.
Yeah.
He needs to figure out that it's time to probably just take it down.
Right, that. I mean, so, and the other thing, I look at this guy, and I clicked on it, and he has 0 minutes this season, and all all in my head I could think, like, every time they call him over to be a sub, he just, like, runs out of the stadium to go get a sandwich because that's what he thinks they're asking for. And then his last name just kind of was just like, Darter! Darter! So, yeah.
That's a good pick.
That was...
Subs separately, their uniforms are, like, kind of sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
With the black, I mean...
Yeah. No, I know, black and red, yeah.
It harkens back to
speaking of black and red, though, we talked about it real quick, that 150th anniversary Aston Villa jersey.
Oh.
Sick.
Oh.
Sick.
So good. Now, my honorable mention was Samu Costa.
Samu? Or
On the website,
yeah.
he's right next to Darter.
Darter.
And he just looks like a guy who is, like, working the bar, works at a restaurant, and you're like, do you have, like, sweet potato fries? He's like, we got fries.
Yeah.
Like, he just looks at the guys just like, oh, fuck. Like, yeah, no, we definitely have Bud Light bottles. And just, like, hates fucking working wherever he works.
Oh, that's good.
Do you see it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, that was my runner-up, but I went with the big Belgian, Sig, whatever his name was, Van der Hayden.
I really struggle with that one.
It's not great. Belgian is not in my linguistic talent. So there you go. Mike, it's a new year.
Same us.
Same us.
Yeah, so I mean, now that we have, let's just kind of looking at the league table here.
Let's.
I'm going to go down to the bottom because
Yeah, let's do that.
We're gonna shit on Valencia.
They're at the bottom?
They're at the bottom. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, so Valencia's
Love
going to be
their oranges.
our next team. Yeah. Sweet bag of Valencia oranges. Yeah, so we're gonna kick a team when it's down, but I think it's good to get the lower ones out of the way so that just in case they get relegated, we get them out of the way early. So Valencia, and then so why don't we give our final thoughts and score on the wine, and then we'll talk about the wine we'll be drinking next episode as well as that topic.
All right. You go first.
All right. So I think the flavor profile is what it is. Plum, heavy fig. It's light on the palate. It's got great mouthfeel. It's an easy drinking wine. I'm going to go, and I think I gave this the last, I'm going to go another 7.9. I like it. Yeah.
Nice. Solid score. When I first... So the smell holds up. It's not just me. You also... It's not...
It's fig.
Okay.
That's what you're smelling. Like, if you went to, so when we were in Portugal...
Yeah,
there was that fresh fig tree.
Yes.
If you went and just smelled... that's what you're smelling.
Okay. Because I know you got a new dishwasher, and I was like, man, this fucking smells so clean.
I hand wash these.
It was like, wow, it smells like a clean dish. And I didn't know if it was from the dishwasher or it's just smell of the wine. Apparently, it's the smell of the wine. Solid bottle of wine. Again, never been steered wrong by the Vin Bin. I'll go like 8-1. 8-1.
All right.
Would drink again. Again, my grandfather always said, if you can't make up your mind, always go with the Italian. So, Primitivo, I haven't had one in a very long time, and I really enjoyed it. 8-1, solid.
All right. Great. All right. Well, over here at Vino Volley for 2025, we are going to start something new. And what we're going to start is we're no longer going to be tying the wine to the episode because, frankly, it's getting really difficult, and I don't think it really adds anything to the allure of what we're bringing to the table. So
we're very creative, but we're
just,
yeah.
I mean, we try and put it all on the table, but it's getting a little tough. So in the essence of starting fresh with new ideas, 2025, we're just going to tell you the wine we're going to drink and enjoy. And it doesn't tie to the topic, but hey, we're going to drink it anyway. So, Rye Guy, why don't you tell the listeners what we are going to be drinking next episode, and then I'll tell them the topic.
We're going to be drinking the Appassimento, which is an Italian red wine. The label is awesome, but there's not a whole lot of information on here. It's an Italian red wine. It seems to be a Valpolicella. So it should be a darker purplish type wine, but we'll see. Again, this could be a total, to quote the 1995 Disney classic Aladdin, it could be a diamond in the rough.
Well, we'll see. And in the topic, as it is January, in honor of Martin Luther King Day,
Yes.
we are going to pick our I Have a Dream team. And we're going to pick a starting 11. If we had
Current players?
Hmm?
Current players?
Current players.
Okay.
So current players, if you could take any 11 and put them together to be your Liverpool team,
Okay.
who would it be?
Okay. Love it.
All right.
Yep.
So that's our topic. And yeah, that kind of brings us to the end. Obviously, we'd love to keep going. But after VAR review, we are officially out of wine. And thus, we'll need to put the final cork in this episode and say, listen to us next time on another exciting episode of Vino Volley. Ryan, for the first time in 2025, please take us to the finish line.
As always, remember to sip and soccer responsibly. We bid you a Freddie adieu.